Have you ever wondered what kind of landscaping goes into a luxury home in especially the desert? Because we are in Phoenix, Arizona, where it gets to be, sometimes 120 degrees in the summer. How do we keep plants and shrubs and stuff looking green year round? Let's talk about it today. We're talking landscape here at Worth the Wait. This is an olive tree. You know how I know? The taste. Actually, that's not even the case. This is a non-bearing fruit olive tree. So the homeowners wanted the really cool features of an olive tree. If you guys have ever seen an olive tree, they grow in all different kinds of ways. The arms shoot out in wild ways, but they didn't want the mess of the olives. They wanted to leave that up to the people in Queen Creek where they have an olive farm, but they wanted a really cool olive tree. So this is a non-bearing fruit olive tree. This one is going to mature really awesome, and obviously it's not going to get like super tall, but it's certainly going to fill out in ways that are going to be really unique to this landscape. So that's a really awesome element of this home. Next, we have the oak tree. Now, in this part here, this oak tree is a smaller one, but the thing is that over time it's going to mature and it's going to fill out better. When we're transplanting trees that are several years old, we run the risk of the tree dying. Well, that's a bummer. I hope this doesn't bother you too much. We'll work our way back this way. But this guy right here, the shock of being transplanted is going to be a lot easier. So we have got a really good root system, and also the irrigation system here is going to be really awesome too. So as you can see, this has got a good wet system already. Well, has a good wet established irrigation system going on here today. We're moving on to what we would call a ficus, but in a lot of cases, a lot of people will call them a Hollywood hedge. So these are at the really big Hollywood mansions, you always have a good ficus hedge running around the whole system or around the perimeter of the home. But because I don't want to step in the mud and I want to get away from that sound, let's go to the back. So as of right now, we only have olive, oak trees, and then the ficus hedge. And so now we're in the backyard of this home, and if I was a little kid, it would be my dream yard. And honestly, I'm all grown up and this is still my dream yard. So, we've got obviously it's dirt right now, but let me cast a little vision for you. This area back here is going to be all grass. So this is going to have a play area, and it's going to be set up really nicely. You can see that they're already trenching for the irrigation that's going to be going in there. And so this is going to be a huge grass play area for the kids, which is going to be really awesome. In fact, from what I understand, there's going to be a little play area in the corner, like probably a playground. And then you can see that they're pouring the footers here for the walls. So there's going to be little partitions so that way you know what area of the backyard you're going to or you're in, so that way it creates a little bit of design aesthetic and creates that luxurious feel that we're always looking for when we're building custom homes. So we've got the guys here, they're pumping the concrete in, and soon, probably starting tomorrow, they're going to start setting these walls in place, and it's going to be really awesome to see this backyard space come together. And if you've been following along for a long time on this project, you're going to know from the fact that when we tore the original house down to now what this house looked like before. So that's really a lot of fun. Let's head over to the pool in the cabana. All right, one of the things that you want to take into consideration as we're working on this backyard system here, they've been pouring all of the footers for the walls and the different elements that are going to go in here, but also at the same time there's a lot of varying heights. So once we're done with this is all going to look finished out and really, really clean. So you're not gonna see all these different varying heights. Now, the grass area is likely gonna have, you know, a slope down into it, but all of this is gonna be clean and one level, so that way there aren't a bunch of different things. There is a possibility that there's going to be steps, but I don't remember seeing those on the plan. But let's walk over here. As we talk about building a luxurious backyard and or landscaping a luxurious home, we always have the pool. And we've talked about it before, but this pool is set dead center on this back patio of the house. So you're going to come out and you're going to look out through the living room here, that great room, and you're going to see the pool and the landscaping, and there's going to be a fire pit. And so all of this is going to flow really nicely. You obviously have the Baja shelf, and then as you look, you're going to see we've got 2 olive trees on either side. So that's going to be a really awesome element as they mature, and it starts to fill out. This is really great because on these homes that we're building, these are, you know, in some cases 2 years or more. So these plants go in somewhat early so that way they have a chance to mature. So when we hand the keys over to the client, they have a mature landscape set, so that way when they move in and they see their completed home, they feel like it's been here for a long time, but it's brand new, not only to them, but it's brand new, finished just for them. But we've had the landscape in maturing over a duration of time. And I imagine, even though this house looks really done, we still have probably another 8 to 10 months before we hand over the keys. And that's gonna really allow these plants to grow and mature. And then I'm sure there's going to be a lot of little plants that mature easily too. But let's make our way over to the kind of the auto court of the house, which is around the side here. Obviously we have this pool cabana here, which is fun. And it looks like there's going to be a fireplace here, which will be really neat for summers where sunsets. It's nice and cool. Like right now here in April, last night it got down into the 60s, which is perfect for just striking a fire, maybe hanging out in the hot tub, maybe even swimming, because this is going to be a heated pool anyways. But we've got a really nice cool out, but you can warm up, stay warm in the hot tub, swim, have a really good fun time playing in the backyard. This would be really beautiful. So as you can see here, they are pouring the footers for what's gonna hide the pool system. So I imagine that there's gonna be a gate here, and then we have all of the pool equipment on the other side of the wall, but accessible to the pool guy and anybody that is managing this property. They'll be able to store things back here. So this is a really cool element of kind of hiding the things that you don't want to see. Sometimes we will put it on the back side of the pool house, like at Liberty Estate, as you've seen in previous videos. But for this house, this element here is going to hide all the pool equipment, easily accessed by the pool guy and easily dealt with on the other side, so that way it's out of sight, out of mind. Another really cool element that we're gonna kind of cruise down here and watch what's going on. We have a lot of different areas that are getting footers, and so they'll have these kind of corrals. So we've got the pool equipment corral. This one is gonna corral all of the, well, it's gonna corral the AC and different elements for the exercise room here. And then as we move further on down, so to my right, your left, we've got the corral for the air conditioning condensers here. As you can see, all of the copper piping coming out. This is where they're gonna house all of the heating and cooling for the house. And then over here, we have the trash can corral. So obviously there's gonna be a gate in here to be able to get in and put the trash cans, again, out of sight, out of mind, which is incredibly key when you're building these homes. You don't want to see any of the kind of messy things of the house. So trash cans can go in here. We've got AC stuff going here, and there will be a way for them to get in and be able to service it like everything else. But this gives a really clean aesthetic, and once everything's done, there's going to be a path that leads us all the way to the backyard. So if you're coming in through this area and not going through the house, this is still going to look landscaped and beautiful, because we also have a pass through into the backyard in between the main house and the exercise room. So as we come back this way, you're gonna come into the garage area. And so this is kind of like the auto court, and this is all gonna be pavers throughout. It's a 12 by 24 paver, and all of this is gonna be laid, and it's gonna actually match throughout the house. So all of the landscape, wherever there's pavers, it's all gonna be a matching paver, and this is really gonna come together well. So stick around. We've got a lot of things going on here. We appreciate you hanging out with us for this little tour, and I'll see you next time.